Hello guys, how are you doing? Let me trust you're doing good. Today, actually, we are not going to repair any laptop. Rather, we are going to talk. Yes, we are going to talk. And what we are going to talk about are the challenges which we face as laptop technicians. I know some of us we might think that our work is always smooth. Let me tell you, it is not always smooth. Yes, you might think everything is okay, but to be truthful to you, everything is not okay. Yes, sometimes we experience a lot of challenges. It could be problems within our business or the problems outside our business. But all the same, those are the problems or those are the challenges which we face. Some of these problems, it could be customer related problems. It could be colleagues related issues or even our personal problems or even the machine's problem. And what are these things? Number one, let's start with the problems within our business. Some of these problems sometimes are avoidable, sometimes are not avoidable. So if you find yourself in a situation whereby you could not avoid, at least you should be ready to face it. Yes, never run away. Actually, do not run away because those are the things which you must face. As a business person, I know before you start opening the business, at least you need to weigh the risk, and you should be also ready for anything coming onto your way. So the problems within our businesses, for example, sometimes we find ourselves maybe in a shop, a customer brought your laptop, then by accident you misplace the parts of the laptop or you misplace the laptop itself. It happens because sometimes you find yourself in a big shop, then maybe you haven't labeled the machine for the customer. That's why I always encourage my guys, once you book in the machine, make sure it is labeled and it is put in a place whereby it can be accessed by anyone and it is seen by anyone. Right? Yes. Do not book a machine, then you put it inside a certain box somewhere. That box might be placed somewhere else, and after like 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, you find that you can't locate that machine and the customer is there. Even the customer just suspect that like his machine or our machine is not around. That's when you can see between right and wrong. Yes, some customers are not understanding. Yes, which is not easy. It's not easy to deal with a customer which doesn't want to listen. And it is good. It is their right because we always say the customer is always right. Yes, if the customer doesn't see his or her machine, it is within her rights. It will demand to know where is his machine. And so within her rights to bring police for you. Yes, because law enforcement officers are there to ensure that you protect people's properties. If you're not able to protect the laptop for your client, the police comes in and do their job. That's a big challenge. Misplacing the customers' properties is never an easy task to deal with. Another issue, not only the laptop, sometimes you find that maybe you've disassembled the laptop for your client, then uh, you end up misplacing the keyboard, misplacing the battery, the RAM. Not at least RAM has no problem because if you misplace a RAM, at least you will know that it was if it was 8 GB, you can put in another 8 GB there. But misplacing something like the keyboard, the battery, you might find that the battery you will put in, it could be a good battery, and yet the one for the customer was not good as the one which you just inserted in, which will be lost to you. And sometimes you find that the battery you lost is the best battery and the original battery for the client, and the one you just inserted into the laptop is, yeah, we say bonoko, a fake battery. and it will be lost to your client. And when that client realizes that the battery which you placed inside his or her laptop is not his or hers, it will be a problem. And I don't encourage you to. It's better even you just tell the customer, just misplace your battery, but let me work on this and that. Other than just putting in the battery without even telling the customer, the battery which I put there is not yours. I'll do this and this. Huh? You know, sometimes it is hard to. It is tower. It is not easy to face the reality, but you have to. You have to face it because if you end up lying to your client, I don't think you'll ever gain any trust. And it is not pleasing. By the way, it's not pleasing. Yes, not revealing the customers, the not being honest in the shop is not good to your business. Yes. Then there come another very dangerous risk when you place an hard disk or SSD for your customer. He might find herself even getting locked up. Yes, because normally the SSD and the hard disk carries the data for your customer, and maybe that data are very important, and the customer cannot get any other, he or she cannot get uh, any other data like the one which is inside. Some documents they are very crucial. They don't, you can't misplace them. Especially sometimes you find that the laptop which you receive or the customer bring in the laptop from the company, and you find that that laptop contains documents about the company, maybe the not even the baseless, how do you call it? Any document related to the company. And maybe that customer is having, maybe it is an HR, he or she is an HR somewhere. Mm? And you find that you've misplaced a lot of things of his work. Mm? You are putting that customer in danger. Yes, if the documents which are in there are for the company, you're endangering that client of yours. It's not a must that if it is for the customer, the things which are inside closure, any SSD or hard disk, just make sure. In fact, sometimes I normally tell the customer, no, go with your SSD, so that when he or she misplace it, at least he or she is the one who misplaced it, not me. You know? Yes. I remember another time I had a client, not me. I had a story. Not can I say a story? Huh? I don't know whether the story or what. Yes, I had somebody receive a laptop from a client, and that guy, the laptop has an issue to do with the operating system or what, something to do with booting process. Then along the way, I don't know what the technician that maybe found out that maybe the solution for this is to format this SSD. Then, without calling the owner, without informing the owner of the laptop that he needs to format the SSD, my guy just went ahead and delete everything and install new Windows. Let me tell you, it's a big case. It's a big case because uh, after formatting everything, that is when he realized that was the SSD for the customer. That was not his own SSD from the shop. And the customer came in and said that SSD contains a lot of application, a lot of documents for the school. Actually, that customer was a teacher. Yes, and that really contains a lot of things about the school, a lot of documents for the students, and it was not easy. I don't know how that case ended, but it was not the easiest case. Another scenario, I had a story whereby somebody deleted everything from an SSD of the customer. And then later, the customer realized there was no photos of his. In fact, the customer was a lady. Then the customer realized there is no photos for her wedding day. Yeah. Somebody say, no, I need my pictures for my wedding, or you'll do another wedding for me. Huh? Yes. the level of integrity you need to put in dealing with the customers is very high. Yes, sometimes you might receive a laptop from a lawyer, and then maybe that laptop contains some evidence of a murder case. When you format, you might end up getting locked up because maybe you're trying to do what, to tamper with the evidence, you know. Yes, it is not always easy. Then, apart from misplacing the customers' items, formatting the customers' SSDs without their knowledge, there's some other things which we can't avoid. So those are the things which we can avoid. Then there are some other scenarios which we cannot avoid. Yes, for example, a customer can bring your laptop and say the laptop is not charging, and indeed you confirm indeed the laptop is not charging, but it is powering on. However, it is working like a desktop. The laptop is working like a desktop. Yes, when you plug in the power adapter, the laptop powers on, but the battery is not holding any power. When you plug out, the laptop goes off. So the customer said, "I've been using it as a desktop. I'm just been using it inside my house. Can you fix it?" Then you promise, "Yes, I can fix it for you." Okay, what is the cost? Then you bargain the cost of fixing, not charging, until yes, you agreed. Then the customer left the laptop for you to fix. Then you do what? You try to fix it. Yes, you try to fix. You know, now those ones are the things which you can't avoid. Along the way, you found a problem, and fixing that problem, meaning you have to remove that chip and then put in another one or do something with it. Along the way, while you're working on that, sometimes it's just that you see this is a problem. For example, charging IC. You're replacing a charging IC. Then you put in another one there. Then the one which you just sold at the back, it's not even powering on the laptop. You tried a lot of ICs which you're putting in there, it doesn't even power on the laptop. You tried to put back the original one, still the laptop now is not powering anymore. Eh? And you really tried to fix, but still the laptop not working anymore. And you receive the laptop as not charging. Now the laptop is not even powering on. Eh? What do you do? Eh? As a technician, as an honest and a good technician. Eh? It's tough. Sometimes I remember me myself. Can I say I'm a victim or what? I don't know, because I've experienced it a lot. Recently, I received a laptop whereby there's a problem to do with the keyboard. There's an issue to do with the keyboard. The keyboard was not functioning, not responding. But there's a way when you restart your laptop, you do this, it starts working. When you shut it down and later power it back and try to use the keyboard again, not doing anymore. So that was the case which I received. I tried to fix the problem. I tried to use another keyboard, but that scenario whereby the keyboard works when you restart the laptop, it works perfectly. But after sometime you power it on, it's not functioning. That normally is not about the keyboard, because to avoid the benefit of doubt, I had to use another keyboard to be sure. I used another keyboard, it was not working. I restart, it works. I shut it down to power it on back, not working. Restart, it worked. That is when I knew this is not the issue to deal with the keyboard. I open inside the motherboard. I found the keyboard connector, it was clean. And in fact, when you restart the laptop, the keyboard works. That is not the issue to do with the hardware problem. No, not the hardware, but not the issue to do with the keyboard or the keyboard connector. So I knew the problem with this, it could be the issue to do with the BIOS, It could be they should do with the EC firmware, that is the SIO issue, right? Yes. Or it could be they should do the processor, that is the PCH, to be specific, the south bridge. So I had to start to look into the BIOS. BIOS seems the original BIOS. It has never been written before. Because I had the file for that for that motherboard, I had to program it to avoid again the benefit of doubt. Yes, I told you, anything you suspect it could be the problem, try to fix that issue before you go to the next and more complicated situation. Then I programmed the BIOS and the laptop powers on, the keyboard still not functioning. That's when I start suspecting the EC. Yes, the EC for that laptop was the EC, the keyboard controller. The keyboard controller for that laptop was an IC which was using it was a remote IC like this one, using what's called the BGA, the bulk read arrays. Yes, that IC, for you to solder it back, you need to do what's called a bowling. So I didn't want to risk, because removing that chip, because it was a big chip, as big as this one, crazy this, yes, and it was I believe it was like this one, however, just a little bit bigger than this. So the next thing I had to do, it was exactly the same as this NAND for the RAM. Yes, it was exactly like this one. So what I needed to do there, I was about to replace that EC. However, I had none. I didn't have the chip, and the customer insisted he really needed that laptop to be fixed because he has been being patient for a very long time. So what I decided, I said, okay, because I cannot remove this IC, maybe there's something wrong with the bolts within inside the chip. You know, you could have the weak solder joints, or you could have the cracked solder joints below this the BGA chips. So what I had to do, I had to do what's called reflowing. I had to reflow that chip. I reflowed the chip. Still, it wasn't doing. Still, it wasn't doing. So the only option, which I thought it was necessary, I had to program that laptop as an EC near it. Yes, as a chip called EC for the BIOS, EC BIOS, and that EC BIOS normally controls the keyboard with that IC. So that chip needed to be programmed. So I said this chip needs to be programmed. First, we programmed the chip. Programmed the chip. The moment the chip was programmed, the EC. You know, before I only programmed the main BIOS chip. I didn't touch the EC chip. So what happens when I program the smaller chip? That's when the laptop totally died. It was not switching anymore. Yes, it was not switching anymore, and that was another problem which I could not avoid because I really wanted to fix. But along the way, the laptop wasn't responding anymore. Right? Yes, because sometimes that EC is the one controlling that SIO, that KBC keyboard controller. That keyboard controller again is also responsible for switching on the laptop. So when you have that chip getting if that chip get what? If that chip get corrupted, the issue to do with the switching uh, went blank. Yes, no more switching because the chip itself is not coordinating the switching process. Yes, and we never got the solution for that. Yes, we had to buy another motherboard. Just imagine something small, but you find yourself not able to fix. And some customers don't even want to understand you're trying to help. Yeah, it's only that the doctors doesn't have powers to bring back the patient. And sometimes a patient comes to you, maybe that patient has been using a lot of drugs there. Yes, maybe the person is suffering from a certain chronic disease, and that person has been trying the herbal medicine, has been trying this, has been trying a lot of drugs, even from the pharmacy, from the chemist. Yes, everybody is giving his or her suggestion. Try this, try this. Over time, those drugs which that patient is consuming can be poisonous sometimes. Can be something. What can I say? It can cause more problems later. And by the time the doctor tries to fix your real issue, but now you have other underlying problems, and you find that you went to the hospital because you had an headache. Then the doctor tries to fix that headache of yours, and boom, you're gone because you had underlying problems. So same case with this laptop. Sometimes we receive a laptop. For example, this one. This laptop I received it because the problem with it was the issue to do with the powers of powering. I don't know. Yes, but when I opened the laptop, then I found out there's a lot of trial. Somebody tried to fix it, left, right, center. And this like that as a doctor, there's almost nothing I can do. Yes, I can try to see whether I can fix it, but sometimes it is beyond my understanding, and I just have to let it go in peace. You know? Yes. So apart from the internal issues which we can avoid, some we can't avoid. We also have problems from outside. Yes, we also have problems from outside, especially coming from if you are a technician, a professional technician. Sometimes you might find yourself dealing with the computer shops or the technicians who were brokers before becoming technicians. And those people, maybe I don't want to demean them, but I'm just stating the facts. So sometimes those guys find themselves trying to repair a laptop. Maybe they receive a laptop no display. Then they end up opening up inside, checking some few things, one, two, one, two. Then they saw something which they don't even know what that things mean. But they try to replace that thing. They just they solder this, solder back this, solder this. Then at the end of it, my guys discovered that the laptop is not powering on anymore. You know, it was powering on. The problem was the only display. Then the guy decided to bring the motherboards to me or the laptop to us. Then when we tried to fix, the first step to repair, or the first step to do while diagnosing is to do what's called physical inspection. You need to do thorough physical inspection. So when my guys brings in a laptop motherboard to be fixed, when you study, when you inspect the motherboard, you found out that there's the corrosion in between the pins of the SIO, for example, or the pins for the BIOS. You might find the BIOS is corroded, the pins are corroded. The things which only need you to clean up those corrosion and the motherboard is back. So you receive a motherboard, you try to inspect that, you find out there's corrosion between the BIOS pins. That was a problem. Now the guy I've already tried to desolder this, desolder that, replace that with something else which he or she is not even sure what is that. It's just replacing the from components. So those are the big challenge you went through. And that person again expects you to charge them less money because they are also technicians. So they also want to gain something out of it. Hmm? Yeah. It's never is. It's never is. Right? Yes. Sometime again we find ourselves, maybe we find ourselves in the hands of the law citizen, law enforcers. It could be the county government or the central government. They might be there looking for the license. Yes, you might be having a license. But sometimes these people just come there to find any problem. because they want to extort us. Yes, they're extortionist. Yeah, yes, they're looking for anything where they can extort something from you. And I don't know what I believe. I don't know if there's anything we can do with some of them. Some are good. Some are really genuinely good. They are doing their job very well. But some, they're there to extortion people. You know, yes, those are the things sometimes we went through. Again, sometimes we might be having a customer, then that customer is not understanding. He wants to do this. He brings in a laptop within. He wants to take it back within 1 hour. Hmm? And maybe you decide, maybe let me try to help him. Then before even you start, you haven't even started repairing it. Then the customer have started asking questions. Have you fixed? Huh? For how long? How can I wait? Yes, yes. Hmm? You know, sometimes we feel like, these people really understand the extent we go to fix this motherboard? Some motherboards even cost for more than 3 days. Huh? Yes. So when you bring in a laptop, just be patient. Yes. When I tell you that I can't fix this today, just accept. If you don't want to leave it with us, well and good, you can take it back. When you're free and when you're ready to leave it with us, you can bring it back. I am not blaming you. I am not blaming you because I know this field, by the way, we still have a lot of insane people. Yes, not everybody in the laptop repair field are genuine technicians. Some are there to take advantage of the customers' laptops. Some, I'm sorry to say, some are thieves. Some are good. So far, actually, so far, we have majority who are very good and they really love their work and they do it with dignity. But some other people, they are just there to steal. You find someone as a banner on his, or is just loitering around. And then that person say, I do repair. Do you want laptop to be fixed? Then he claims that he is working in a certain shop. And in fact, even the owner of that shop still allows those people to claim that they're working there. Then that person tricked you, you left the laptop with him. Then these people sometimes you find they do what? They do business with your laptop. Maybe you find that they ask, who needs a RAM? Who needs this? Who needs that? Huh? That's why what we are working on and the education we are offering is we are teaching these young people to be honest and to be dignified, to love their job, to do the job with dignity, so that in the future years, yes, in future years we shall have almost everyone in town who is a fundi. Hmm? You know, there's someone who when you tell him, or your laptop is with fundi, hey, pressure inapanda. Yes, because most of the fundis are not good people. So I am sorry. So when we find those people who are not good, we dissociate ourselves from those people. Those are not the fundis. A good fundi is the one who takes care of your things, who is honest, and who can do your work with dignity. Yes. I know we cannot, there's nothing we can do about those people who are there to take advantage of our clients, but we only pray for them to change. We pray for them to change, and we hope one day they'll be good people. So, guys, what I'm just advising you, please be honest and do your work with dignity and love your work. Yes, and everything shall be good. Everything shall be easy, and you will not encounter a lot of problems. I know there will be some problems. I'm not telling you will not encounter any problem. You will encounter some problems, but not as much as when you're not honest. Right? Yes. So guys, thank you so much for listening to me with my shenanigans. I have a lot of stories, and so that is it. So let's see each other in the next video when we shall be teaching ourselves about the laptop motherboard, if it is measuring the components or if it is repairing a laptop. So we shall see each other in the next video. So please again, if you haven't subscribed, I am still requesting you, my guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, share with your friends, and give us a comment. Yes, let us grow this family together. We shall be a very big family, and yes, we are going very far. We do offer education on laptop repairs. If you're interested in learning about laptop repair, you can just contact us so that we can discuss the way forward and how we shall integrate you into our classes. We have both online and on-site classes. So if you want to join the online module, you are welcome. If you want to join the offline classes again, you're welcome. So thank you so much, guys. And still, if you're having a problem with your laptop, or you know someone who is experiencing some problem with this or her laptop, you can also contact them, share contacts with them, and you can send your laptop to us so that we can fix it for you and send it back to you. So thank you so much, and see you in the next video. Goodbye, my guys.